Alright, boys, we're gonna be covering the new Attack on Titan news because they accidentally put up the website a bit too early, so we get to see everything they do. And first of all, Levi's free if you didn't see the video, and Eren is on the banner. It might be free too, I guess. I mean, he will be free if you do one multi. Probably you'll pull him like 7 times, so you'll be okay. Anyway, we have the two new boys, which are blue and green. I like this little animation, you know. But let's go through the SR first, okay? So the SR has the same Holy Relic as the new one. They didn't buff his passive. It's the same thing. But they gave him the most boring relic you could imagine. They gave him 2 more gauge. I get it. Transform quicker. They could have done it much cooler and much better, much more interactive. But it's fine this way, I guess. We don't know how much stats he gains and everything, right? That'll be... I'll have that during my patch notes video, like actual patch notes video. But yeah, he gets 2 ult gauge. It's kind of boring. It's like, I mean, high key, it's just whatever. I mean, I don't really care. It will help though, right? It means you can get ult turn 1, guaranteed every time. You just run like Merlin backline. Or you don't even have to. You can run ult food, or you run Merlin backline and dodge food, and then you can like put up a taunt and get his ultimate. So that's really strong. But I'm not a fan. They didn't buff either of their passives. It's the same thing. So I assume their cards aren't buffed either. Probably the same cards. Now Mikasa, I believe, is buffed. Yeah, her stuff was 3% up to 10 times, which was horrible. Now it's 6 up to 5 times. So it's the same thing, but you just get it much quicker. Like, you will actually get it. Now, her Holy Relic, she's more for PvE, which I like. I think she looks more like a PvE unit in general. Like, the way she, like, wants her eyes to get hit. Much more realistic to have than PvE. If all allies participating in PvE battles are humans, so she's a Skull and Hardy unit, and that's it. We can use a bird too, I guess, right? The basic stats of the human participating in the battle will increase by 10% for each ally, so 40% basic stats, which is really good. And damage dealt by single targets will be increased by 15%, which is also really nice, because obviously you want to buff Ella Escanor, and Ella Escanor is doing single targets. Very good, right? Now, before we do the new Levi, who also supports Ella Escanor, let's do the old Levi. Same thing. And his Holy Relic, we know how he like guarantee crits if it's the lowest HP target, right? It says it here as well. He gets 20% more crit damage for each ult gauge. He has, which is cool, I guess, like pulverized, but like slightly different, right? It's okay. I mean, I was already, I was like, okay, you're gonna give him like 80% increased crit damage as a Holy Relic, like something really like simple and stupid, and that this is what it is, and it works, right? It will work well. They will have to buff their stats tremendously, though, right? They will have to buff their stats tremendously. And now, new Levi, New Levi is a bit different. So at the start of battle, give yourself Mark of Defense for 2 turns, and increase your penetration rates by 30% for each human ally participating in battle. So 90% pierce rate, because you're going to run full human team. Also, when you use a skill, before the skill activates, removes 1 buff effect from all enemies. Rimuru a bit better. And applies a crit mark to the enemies whose buff effect has been removed for 2 turns. So just like anti-Nanashi, which I really like. It's anti-Nanashi, it's anti-Demon King, because he puts up all the buff, right? Very good. And increase the critical damage by 40% for each critical mark on the enemy, right? So he's going to get 120% more crit damage. And defense mark is critical defense plus 80, he gets it. Nullifies debuff effects, insane. And then critical mark is critical resistance minus 50%. So he's going to crit pretty much guaranteed with 120% more crit damage, which is nice. And then his Holy Relics, I was going to say Sacred Treasure because I saw the word Sacred, increases your critical rate by 10% for each debuff effect on all enemies, this is a debuff, the critical mark, so it's minus 50% crit risk to them, right? So that's like 50% crit chance, technically, it's the same thing, to you, and then you get an additional 30% because 3 enemies are going to have that debuff. Well, most likely 3 enemies are going to have that debuff, right? Sometimes it's going to be 2 or 1, but for the most part, he gives himself 80% crit chance and 140 crit damage. He's like a single target tier. And that's just really good. It's just really good. It's really nice. I mean, I really like this Levi. I'm still not a fan of them doing Levi. Makes sense, but I mean, I wish it was a different one, but it is what it is. Now we have new Eren, which I haven't looked at yet. So, I have, sorry. He's the one that works really well with Alaskana, sorry. Well, this Levi will too. Like, they're all really strong, like, single target human team. I like this. Increase your basic stats by 10% for each giant or human ally participating in battle. Right? So 30% more basic stats. Nice. And deal 30% damage for each buff effect you have when you attack. So it's like an amplify. Increase by... increase attack rate stats by 20% when an ally attacks an enemy with attribute advantage, which is good because a lot of units are blue right now, right? Like when humans face demons, they tend to have blue units, and obviously dark and light is kind of like rough in that sense, but you're gonna have 20% more attack rate stats, so like attacking type advantage will actually matter huge, like by a lot. And the giant tribe, I guess, the giant race, is added to effect by special combat. But what? Oh, he counts as human and giant is what this means. Okay. And at the start of turn, ally heals 10% of the maximum HP of all giants who receive damage during the enemy's turn. Okay, we don't care about this. They released a new Matrona. They're trying to do some giant shenanigans. It's not gonna work, guys. It's don't bother. It's a human thing. And a sacred treasure, which is a holy relic, is when a human ally uses a single target attack skills, the enemy critical resistance is nullified by 30%. So this is gonna help with Escanor critting a lot, and this works really well with Mono, who also wants single target and crit stuff. So these all just work really well with Mono. Like I have like 15 video ideas minimum, very obvious ones, right? I just run them with Mono and Escanor and just like cycle them out, right? And then Ban, obviously, Ban wants to crit too. Like this actually is insane. Like this is really good. But yeah, these are the new guys. He does use the Warhammer a little bit in his ultimate, but that's it. Which is pretty cool, and Levi just uses the Thunder Spears or whatever they're called, so that's pretty cool too. But yeah, we have to see if they buff their cards. They are green and blue, by the way. We have to see if they buff their cards. They seem really strong. No LR, by the way, which is good. I didn't want them to do an LR for this collab. I feel like it would be kind of like cheating the player base if they did an LR. But these look insane. These two look insanely strong. This guy's worthless. This guy will be okay if they buff their stats by a lot, but if they don't, then he sucks. And she sucks, but if they buff their stats, she'll be okay in PvE, but like not like by that much. But they did buff her passive at least, so that's good. Now all their holy relics are gonna be free. Obviously, if this is your first collab, you can get all their holy relics for free. You don't have to grind like bird or anything. You just get them by playing the game. It'll be like missions, do those, you get them. Super easy, trust me. I don't think it says, oh, there is. Okay, so there's so the world boss and everything comes back. These outfits, which are also, oh, these are free, the free outfits, okay. And yeah, this is the banner. There's gonna be guaranteed SSR. They're gonna give away 5.5 multis too. So if you are a whale, if you're a dolphin, like you spend a little bit at least, get the like $1 pack that gives you 5 tickets, and then boom, you have 6 multis, right? Yeah, we'll have to see how, like, in-game, like, how dominant they really are and how long they last. Like, right now they look really strong, but, like, we'll have to see how long their kits will actually last for us. Because, like, this seems really strong right now, but we'll have to see if this is good enough to last for, like, months, right? Obviously, a lot of people just want to summon for collection purposes, but I don't. I will summon because I just want to have every character, but if I was a free-to-play and I didn't make content, I probably would just skip this. Like, I would think about skipping this. Levi seems really insane, though. Levi does seem really insane. And all these seem kind of, like, worthless, but we'll see, right? Maybe Mikasa actually is kind of good in PvE. But, like, what PvE content is there, right? Like, Labyrinth, I guess, you can't get her in there. And then, like, Demonic Beast Battle, like, if all allies are humans, right? So, like, you can't run Yermungandr with her on deer. You can't run, what's her name? Magelda on, like, Bird or Nidhogg, right? You can't. You have to run full human. Skull and Hadi, you have Thonar, who is a human. So, like, that works. And then Bird, you don't need Magelda, so you can just run her there too. But, like, that's it, really. So, I don't really see the point. But, I mean, I don't know. Maybe, like, for something, maybe. This should be cool. But yeah, anyway, good job.